The most popular question that I am asked when people find out that I was in Phantom for 10 years is, how do you keep it fresh? Well, it wasn't always easy. There were times, as much as I loved playing the role, when singing the same songs and playing the same scenes night after night made me feel a little like our friend Sisyphus. You remember the figure from Greek mythology rolling the boulder uphill, and it rolls back down, and he rolls it up again for all eternity. Can you relate to that feeling? Yeah. So I was in my 10th year of the show, and I had done well over 1,000 performances by that point, and I was really starting to feel the strain of it. And I called an actor friend of mine, and I shared with him how much I was struggling. And he said, let's meet for coffee next week. So the next week, I was sitting across from him at this cute coffee shop in upstate New York, and he handed me one of the most precious gifts I've ever received. It was a purple box, and on top of the box, he had stenciled the word perspective. Inside the box were letters he had scoured the internet to find from young women saying how seeing Phantom had changed their life. Some of them mentioned me by name. I sat there crying into my cappuccino as I read letter after letter from a girl saying that my performance had inspired her. So from that moment on, whenever I didn't think I had it in me to give my full presence to a performance, I would pull out that box and get the perspective I needed to give it my all. So how can you stay committed to giving your all for the causes that you represent? I know it isn't always easy. I know you're working hard, making calls, sending emails, sometimes dropping everything you had planned for the day to tend to an urgent matter. But if you could see all of the ways that your efforts are impacting individual lives right now and on into the future, there wouldn't be a box big enough to hold all of that perspective. If you take only one thing away from our time together, I hope it is this: connect to the value of the role that you play. Whatever your individual job title may be, everyone in this room is working toward one common goal: changing lives for the better through philanthropy. Think about the ripple effect of that. Imagine a woman who has recently suffered a great loss, walking through a park that donor dollars have helped to restore, and finding her first moment of peace and comfort in the beauty of her surroundings. Imagine a young man being the first in his family to graduate from college because of a scholarship and breaking a long cycle of poverty so that his children can have a better future. You play a role in that. Imagine research taking place right now that finds a cure and eradicates a disease so that generations to come think of cancer the way that we now think of polio, as a thing of the past, no longer a threat. You play a role in that. Communicate, connect, and commit with the full power of your presence, and imagine what you can accomplish together.